Today on the show, we're back. We got a lot to talk about tonight, from what we've been doing, what's been going on in the world, and a lot more other stuff than that. It's next.
Hello and welcome to Modern Faith Unlimited. I'm William Henley.
And I would be William Quinn. William, it's been a while, but we're back.
Yeah, and it wasn't a planned vacation or anything. It's just we've had life going on just like everyone else.
Something called life. Life happens. It takes away from this, but we're back and we're doing an episode right now. And right now, if you can tell by looking at William there right behind him, it's like 8 inches of snow here in Texas. It's pretty big.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. This is I took yesterday morning outside, and it's now you think, oh, big deal. I live in Indiana. 5 inches is nothing. The problem here is our infrastructure is not built for it. So if you notice out there on the streets are iced. There's nothing to move the snow or sand them down. The electrical system's not winterized. People's pipes and houses are bursting. In fact, I don't know about you, Quinn, but I am pretty much one of the few people I know who haven't lost power. Everyone else I've known has lost power.
As you can see, we have power here now at my place. We lost power for like 16, 17 hours. And we had to sleep in like sub 30 temperature here in this house. It's not pretty. And no light. You had to go to the bathroom in the dark. It's pretty bad. I don't want to go through that again. So usually I leave my window open at night, bring the cool air in, but that's like cool air on steroids here, and I couldn't do it. So I couldn't do it here. So the infrastructure here in Katy County is actually pretty good. I mean, yesterday kind of turned back on, off and on a little bit, and then about 5 o'clock last night, it's been perfectly fine since. So I'm glad for that. So.
Well, I know here I am lucky because I am right down the street from the rec center, city hall, the police department, and a fire department, and 2 schools. And so since the fire department and police department are critical services, I have power. I'm like one of 3 streets in the entire city that has power.
That's a blessing. That is a much good blessing for you, man. I'm pretty happy for you, man. And it looks cool. The big picture, it looks cool. Where you're at right now, that picture behind you, it looks great. But it can be heart wrenching, for some people, people, especially, if you're homeless here in Dallas and other things like that, it's hard on people, I know a lot of churches have been opening up as a refuge centers. I don't know about Gateway. I heard Gateway said no because
they don't have consistent power.
Yeah, that's kind of. I wish they did, but I understand why not. And I hope maybe people in the staff maybe can look at it for future. Maybe I think it might be important. And then I just don't want the perception of our church, just to look bad at times like this. And
well, it's kind of like a couple of years ago. When the hurricane hit Houston.
Yeah.
Lakewood got a black eye for not opening their campus, and they're like, we're flooded.
Yeah, they were open today. From what I heard, they opened immediately and let people in, which is great. So I think he learned from that. And, pastors aren't perfect. They have to, they have learning curves too. They gotta. It's probably the first time they experience some of that, and they've got to give them time to learn their what's the right word for that? They have to learn what's going on and learn from the process.
Yeah, and this is another thing. Everyone I've talked to, this has been a really bad year spiritually for them, and pastors are not immune to that. I know up there at the seminary, every single one of both the students and the staff they're really, really feeling the drag of this, and it's been really hard because even me, just having to counsel people when, you're going yourself through spiritually hard times. So just remember to pray for each other, pray for your church staff, pray for pretty much anyone in ministry, pray for your neighbors, who pray for your enemies. But yeah, pray for everyone. But the point is it's spiritually tough time. I have been to church less in the past year than I have been in the past 10 years put together.
Yeah.
Some of that had to do with the pandemic. Some of that just had to do with burnout. So.
And it can be tough, just especially now, and when it's just everybody socially distance each other. It's just the church experience is just not what it used to be. It's hard. Just everybody has to adapt to these new procedures, and I just wish we just get more consistent and get over this as quick as possible. I know God has a plan for this, but I just, feel it. People are getting impatient, and, they just want to get back to normal. And I just hope, God's plan through all this is going to be legit and meaningful after all this. I just hope that, I just see more people coming to the Lord through all this. And I just hope and pray that comes to fruition, pretty much.
Speaking of churches, the Supreme Court ruled about 2 weeks ago that the state of California could not tell churches that they could not meet. They said they could limit occupancy, but they could not tell them they could not meet.
Kind of like what we're doing here in Texas, right? Just be social distance. Yeah. Well, I don't understand California sometimes. Not all the people there are bad. It's just some of their policies are just straight out the wazoo wacko. And I know they're trying to recall the governor there. I just hope people get in their right minds and do what's right for that state. And I pray for that. Let's pray for California too. There's good people there that love Jesus too. They're not. And I just think that there are people there that know the Bible and know Scripture and want their free expression of religion. And this is.
I know one of our youth pastors at Gateway left about 2 years ago to start a church in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And
Laird, right? I think Jeremy Laird, I think his name was.
Oh gosh, man, don't get me to line.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is he posted on his Instagram the other day that it had been 334 days since their church was last able to meet.
Wow. Man. And they had no services open, not even like online services or anything like that?
Well, yeah, they've had online services, but I think we've all learned over the past year that online services they work for a couple of weeks, but it's like you can't sustain it for months on end. It just doesn't fill you the way that you need to. If online services were fine, then all I needed to do was stay home and watch Daystar.
That's true. That's very true. Nothing against Daystar. I love Daystar to death. They're a great family. I've met a lot of people there. But I see what you're saying. The fellowship. You're missing the fellowship. Even I mean, they can do Zoom, but I understand. But just one-on-one with people in person. That's a big difference. And I think, getting to know people one-on-one is I think that's essential to be part of the church culture and the church experience. So meeting people, talking to them one-on-one. I mean, sometimes, you can't just be virtual all the time. It's God never intended us to be that way. They intend us to be together and just learn from each other.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's definitely about the community, and even in a church like Gateway, I had my communities. I had a small group at the seminary, but it's like the group of people I served with. I'm in tech arts, I run camera, but these group of people are kind of my family. It's like we get together, we talk. Well, we work together. We have a similar ministry mindset and stuff. And but yeah, even though we're back there running cameras, running audio, lights, stuff like that, we are still in ministry. And I remember a couple of years ago at Gateway Conference, had a guy come in from another church. He was wanting to see our tech arts area. Mm-hmm. And after a few days, after a couple of days, I said, "Oh, hey, they're going to be doing a tour later on." He said, "Oh, are you going to be giving it?" I said, "No, it's going to be one of our staff members who does it." And he's like, "You're not on staff?" I said, No, I'm a volunteer." And he said, "Oh, so it's kind of like a church." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's Gateway Church."
Yeah. He just thought you were like a paid spokesperson there, probably, and just.
Yeah. Well, just someone who was brought in to, run camera for an event, some contractor or something.
I got you. Well, before we go any further on some other topics we won't discuss since our prolonged break, let's actually talk to not talk, excuse me. Let's actually hear from our sponsor, Anchor.
And we're back. And speaking of the break, something very exciting happened over the break, which we totally were not expecting. We broke 100 subscribers.
Yes. The big 100. It might not be like 1 million subscribers, but hey, we're taking anything right now and taking it further. So, hey, I don't think we get anything for 100 subscribers, but hey, it's okay. Mm-hmm. We can always, just copy and paste on the Instagram and just share the pics and everything. So that's good enough for me. So
I think on YouTube at 1,000 subscribers, we can get a dedicated URL instead of this big old long string of characters.
I got you.
But I don't think we get like a play button or anything until we reach 100,000.
Right. It's still a goal, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. It's not to glorify ourselves or anything, but we gotta take any victories we have and just embrace them for the time being and then just move on.
I just think right now I'm just impressed that there's 100 people who want to hear what we have to say.
Actually, a little more now. It's almost 110.
Yeah, and I'm kind of impressed by some of the people who are watching us. I have friends who are Muslims, friends who are atheists who watch us.
And it's we never I mean, the good thing is there's not a questionnaire saying who you are to listen to our podcast, which is fine. We want everybody to listen as possible. It was never meant to be just for believers. I mean, we want everybody in the world to listen to this. So,
yeah, and of course, it's definitely Modern Faith Unlimited. It is from a Christian mindset, but the point of the show has never been to try to shove religion down someone's throat. We will discuss stuff. We will discuss how, as Christians, we should handle stuff. We talk about issues in the world, how the church should respond. Talk about theology and some crazy stuff in the Bible, but it's never been to shove religion down anyone's throat.
And I think anybody that, if anybody was here that's listening to this thought that, please accept our apologies. We just want to try to reach as many people as we can, with the gospel. And I think the shoving down your throat experiment has never, ever worked. And I've seen it firsthand. It's never worked. I never want to be associated with that. I know William Henley doesn't want to be associated with that. I mean, I just want to be a loving person that loves people, to show the love of Jesus to those people, and then move forward and then become disciples. That's been my mission. I want that to be the mission of the show too.
And don't get me wrong, it's like we do proclaim our faith, and we preach, we talk about it, but Christianity has never been about shoving it down someone's throat. I mean, the Bible very clearly says that if someone rejects you, just go on to the next place.
Right.
It never says beat them on the head with it.
Right. And
so let's get on to some life updates. So what have you been up to the past few months?
Well, I was currently unemployed, which is fine. No one here was pressuring me to find a job, which was a blessing. I got to read the Bible more, and I got to watch a little TV. I watched a lot of soccer, which was awesome, which I appreciated. And currently right now I'm trying to get on board with a ministry, a college ministry. I won't name their name right now because I don't want to. I'm not on board with them yet, so I'm not going to name their name right now for the listening and viewing public. But that's something I want people to pray for me on. If this is the direction God wants me to go, I've looked into them. There was a couple minor things that a little bit worried me about a little bit, but I've looked some other videos about it, and I'm cool with it now. I do feel called being college ministry because I do love my undergraduate campus. I went to North Texas, and I love that place to death. I just want to see people there get saved. So I'm hoping this is what God has for me, but I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch yet. I've done that in the past and it never worked, so I got hung up to dry. So yeah, I put in my application this week, and thanks for your help, by the way. He gave me William Henley gave me a recommendation too, and just people listening right now, just keep me in your prayers on that.
Yeah. So with me, I am now 9 years at my job. And it's kind of strange. This is without a doubt, I've had this job longer than all my other jobs previously put together. But the crazy thing about it is I've had so many jobs where, you think you're secure, and then just one day your contract is over, or you get laid off or something like that. It's like it's just almost like a fear every single day of when's it going to end, even though I've been there 9 years. But the job has allowed me to go to school because of these great hours that I work. A lot of you may not think they're great hours. I think they're great hours, but I go into work at 5 a.m. So I'm sure many of y'all will think that's horrible
I've
hours.
been
But
there, done that. I know the feeling too, so I get where you're coming from.
yeah, but the going about school, I am in my final year. I graduate in May.
Final semester.
Let me yeah. Let me take that back. I walk the stage in May. I have one class I got to take in summer to finish up my program.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but they're going to let me walk in May. And
Question, real quick: are they going to have a ceremony?
Yes.
Okay, it's going to be in person.
Yes.
Okay, just curious. Just wondering about that. So.
Well, one of the nice things about graduation at TKU is it's held up at the main Gateway campus, which holds 4,000. And so they're graduating maybe 100 people plus family. So even at a graduation ceremony, you can social distance easily.
Yeah. Are your parents going to come in for it?
Oh, yeah. They're definitely coming in for it. This is my Master's of Divinity. I am, well, my Aunt Linda holds a doctorate. And as far as I know, he's the only other person in the family who has a college degree. Several people in my family have gone to college, but I don't, I finished, a bachelor's. Now I'm about to finish a master's. Most other people have just college work. So it's definitely a big deal in my family. And another life update is I finished my book. I contacted a publisher today. I have not heard back because the publisher's in Texas and no power. So
yeah, I gotcha.
No power. Yeah.
But we should do a show about about the process of writing a book. I think that'd be a great topic.
Yeah. Well, I guess
and that's because that's something I want to do too. Since I've got a master's too. So I've been. There's a book I've been wanting to do. So I think that'd be a great topic we can do for a future show. So
I will just say if anyone wants to write a book, I do know, like when I started writing mine, basically what the Holy Spirit said to me is just start writing. Because if you sit here and try to plan too much or stuff like that, you'll never get started. Yeah. Just start writing and see what happens.
I've heard that too. Yeah, I think that's great advice. That's really good advice, which I probably need to start writing too. I think that's probably what I need to start doing. So I know we had a couple of notable deaths past day or two. I know Christian singer Carmen passed away today. I don't know if you heard about that. I don't know if
Rush Limbaugh passed away.
Yes, and it's sad.
We had a death up at the school.
Really?
And one of our students passed away. Yeah.
Oh my! Did I know them?
His name was Clay. Yeah. I can't think of his last name, but his name was Clay.
Okay. The reason I said that was my best friend that passed away a few years ago was named Clay too. That's why you never met him, but I don't know if I ever told you that story yet. But he came to a couple of Super Bowl parties we had at TKU. I didn't know he was really. I didn't know he was really that sick when I didn't even know. I'll go and tell you a story. What happened? Basically, one week I was volunteering at the men's conference at Gateway, and I didn't even know he was in the hospital. I mean, I had no notification or anything. It just I was doing the men's conference, and then I hadn't heard from him in a while. And then one Sunday morning, I came back from Gateway after service, and then I got a text message from his mom saying he passed away. And I just was speechless at that time. And, just 1 minute my best friend was here, and next minute he was gone. and you never met him, but he was a believer. He wasn't perfect, but he was a believer, and just it was hard, to lose someone like that at that time. Just I still miss him to this day. I still think about him a lot. I know he's in heaven now, dancing with the angels. I'll see him on the other side, and I just know that we're gonna see each other again. It's gonna be a blast. When we see each other again, we're gonna talk about everything. We're gonna eat everything. We're gonna do everything together.
Well, I know one of the things I'm looking forward to about getting to heaven is not getting into theological debates with other Christians.
Yes. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that one, man. It ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, because it's no longer gonna matter. I called out one of my fundamentalist friends yesterday on something he said in his sermon on Sunday. I called him out on it, and it definitely caused some issues. I think we're good enough friends that we're going to recover from it, but it's like it's like do some research. It's like that is an uneducated remark.
Yeah. That happened. Well, that happened to me a few years ago with a friend of mine that was upset that I started going to Gateway, and I'll keep it brief. I didn't bother him at all about the direction he went, but he came to me saying, "No, you're wrong." Saying, "Listen to this. It just shows you that you and your church are wrong." I ignored him. He kept pressuring me, and I just, I didn't do anything to him. He did to me. So, but I'll keep it like that. I'll keep that on the down low. Just, just talk about it some other time. I don't want to dwell on it too much. I mean, I forgave him, so it's one of the bridge now.
And here's the sad thing about this is, among Christians, even most of us agree probably on 95% of everything. And even on those that have some of the crazy beliefs, we probably still agree probably 85 to 90% of everything.
Right.
It's just that that 10% we tend to make into really, really big deals.
Yeah. I know. I've heard some people that think it has to be 100% this way or nothing. So, that phrase I've heard before is, I can't remember what it was. All thing. I can't remember what the phrase was, but it was like essentials unity, not essentials charity. All those things, essentials unity, all other things charity, something like that. But just as long as the fundamentals are there, as long as the essentials are there, we got nothing to worry about. We can still love each other dearly and call them brothers and sisters in the Lord. Mm-hmm. So, William, let's go ahead and just wrap this up right now. And
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. So yeah, let's definitely wrap this up. We do have some topics for future episodes. I have talked with. We do have 2 different books we're going to be talking about in future episodes.
And is one of them the Tom Lane book?
Yes, that's one of them.
Have you had a chance to read that any bit?
I'm about 15% through the book. Okay. I'm kind of gotten to the point where I'm skimming it because the thing is, it's about how we do stuff at Gateway. Uh-huh. And a lot of this stuff, it's like, I know just because, I'm so involved in the church. Yeah. So it's like, I'm definitely at the point where I'm starting to skim, but it's like, it's a good book.
It's a very easy read too. Very easy.
It's very easy read. So if you're either at Gateway and want to know how some stuff does, or if you are another church wanting to know how Gateway does stuff, why they're successful, it's a great book. But another author, I've talked with the person about doing a Zoom call. We just haven't done it yet, but she wrote a book. It's just the title alone is powerful. It's called "Abortion Was My Birth Control," and just absolutely amazing book. But even more amazing is the person who wrote it, and I just can't wait to introduce you to her. And then hopefully one day I'll be an author who gets to speak on this show.
Let me say one more thing about the Tom Lane book. I am trying with their management to try to get Tom Lane to do a show with us. And on that, we are trying to do our first, I think we're going to try to do our first giveaway. So let me go ahead and tell you about the give. Should I wait maybe until if I can confirm Tom get on, or should I?
No, because we already have the stuff to give away. So we can go ahead and talk about that. Okay. One of the things I do want to state is, and it's one of the things I've talked with Quinn about earlier, is that the giveaway is only going to be open to people in the U.S. just because of the cost of international shipping. It's insane.
I can speak down experience. I have sent a package to Australia before for $100, so it is expensive. So I get it. So
a single book shipping to Switzerland cost me $18.
Yeah, it is expensive. So let me go and tell about what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to talk with Tom to get on our show. Basically, the giveaway of this, he sent me 2 copies of his new book. Called Tested and Approved. I sent them back about a couple weeks ago to get them signed by him. So they're going to be signed copies. So basically, they're going to be 2 winners, a grand prize winner and a first prize winner. The first prize winner will get a signed copy of the book. Then the grand prize winner is going to get a signed copy of the book, plus I'm going to throw in a lot of books that I have in my collection that I don't need anymore because I have them on Kindle now. So it could be maybe like 5 to 10 to 20 bucks. So I think that'd be a great prize.
I definitely have some stuff I could give away on future giveaways. We don't want to overload people with books right now, but I used to, for those of y'all who do watch Christian television, I used to go every week to the taping of Life Today with James and Betty Robinson. And every single week they would have 1, 2, 3 authors on the show and get at least a book a week, sometimes 2 or 3. So I probably have easily 50 books that, and there's nothing wrong with the books. It's just, I'm a slow reader. I'm never going to read 50 books.
Right. And for me, Kindle is just a game changer for me since I'm so nearsighted. I could just, blow up the font like to that, and read it easily. It's something I wish I had when I was in elementary school. I would run remedial reading. But excuse me. So let's go ahead and end the show right now. And let me go ahead and for everybody just interested, our Twitter page is Modern Unlimited. Our Instagram and Facebook is Modern Faith Unlimited. Website page is modernfaithunlimited.com. And do you want anything else, William?
I just realized we should probably tell people how to enter the contest.
Basically, if you're a follower of the YouTube page, you're in. If that's in the United States and not anywhere else, we do apologize for that. Do you have any other ideas, maybe?
Leave us a comment, just letting us know that you're interested,
okay.
And
that's a good one too.
We will select 2 people at random.
And before we do the drawing, we'll amend how the contest is going to work since we get 2 different versions of it. So we'll do another episode on amend, and we'll do the official rules on that too. So, and let me just plug one more thing. I do have a personal page. I'm going to go ahead and share my my personal YouTube page. It's now called Q Dog's Hobby Den. It's based on my personal YouTube page. It's just going to be me just sharing hobbies I like, music and sports jerseys and equipment like that, and maybe some other things I might throw in there too. So I want to go and share that. And final thoughts.
I guess final thoughts is just pray for us. It's rough time for now. Rough time for anyone in ministry. Pray for Texas.
Yeah, definitely. Pray for our leaders. Pray for people that are going through this winter blast here in Texas, and just pray that there's green grass and God will get us to the other side of this. I think He will. And the pandemic also. I mean, I think we're close to the end of the pandemic. I mean, both my parents just got vaccinated, which is great. I'm still waiting for mine. No effects at all, So
I'm on the waiting list. So
I'm on the waiting list too. So, well, that'll do it for today. Thanks for everybody that's listening today. Like, subscribe, and share our social media. And for William Quinn
and William Henley.
Bye for now. God bless everyone. Thank you for listening to Modern Faith and Religion. Take care. God bless.